Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is Jehovah. Welcome to War of Rights. It's Friday night, and we have been invited to hang out with the Northern Aggression and Hoods Division. This is Friday night prime time. Welcome to the channel, and we got a special guest with us tonight. Joining us from the 8th Florida, Captain Richard Hogg. Rich, welcome to the channel.
Thanks for having me, Jehovah. It's always fun to watch War of Rights and hang out and you know, have a couple of drinks and watch some good fighting on a good map and in a good game as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and it sounds like I had to split halfway through the earlier battle. Sounds like some hijinks went on, and the North pulled out a win somehow. So we're excited to see the second battle of the night. See how this thing goes.
They were a bit tentative, the Union, at first, but when they realised their name is the Northern Aggression and started being aggressive, they managed to pull out a victory, so that was good to see.
Nice. Confederate artillery already going off. That's got to be those 1st North Carolina boys again. They come in mass. Let's see how good they can shoot. I didn't see a whole lot of shooting that last time, but this one right here, this is your test. 1st North Carolina. Battery. Oh, man, counter battery action.
Yeah.
Already carnage going on with the artillery. This is something I love to see personally.
The Union are pushing both of the flags really aggressively right up to the Confederate spawn along the road, so it's interesting.
They really are. Look at this. This is an interesting tactic. You never see this. Sometimes on some pub matches I've seen something like this, but I don't think the Union can get all the way up to the Confederate spawn.
They can get quite far up, actually, quite far up. I think they want to deal with this Confederate battery. I think that's what their goal is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they can use the bayonet on them, but they might be able to shoot them out.
Well, they've definitely made it quite a ways up here, but now they're crossing the fence and going into the road here. A little bit of confusion by the 66th. Doesn't look like they have a leader out front, just like people are just kind of wandering around. Excuse me.
Yeah, so. A few cavalry skirmishers running out there. Gonna get some cover and start shooting, I guess.
And we've got a Union flag coming across the field toward the middle as well. That's just him and another guy. Corporal Korn and Volunteer Einstein.
Watch out, that's enemies. Oh shit, okay.
I'd say the rebels are playing quite traditionally, you know, in comparison to what we see on the UBC usually. But the Union is definitely playing something I haven't seen very often, this left side push from the Union side, yeah.
Yeah, they've got some guys over here on the left, and they do have skirmishers out front, and they are in combat with the Hoods guys, but the Hoods coming this way immediately. They do not want the Union behind them. And 5th Texas coming this way. 18th Georgia with them.
Cavalry guys are getting out of there.
Yeah, Lieutenant Kep didn't get out in time. He's dead. Rest of the boys trying to make it back. I don't think they can hold this position. If Hoods decides to take it, the Illinois will have to get out of here. But it looks like Hoods is good with the rocks. They're kind of stopped there. And it looks like Union also on the traditional fence. This is a kind of a traditional attack for the Union back here on the right-hand side. See a lot of Union.
Yeah, I think they're focusing mostly, like, you know, normally on the hill near the point of contention, but throwing the 66th out on the left flank is probably a good idea because they can put some pot shots on the Confederate battery, and that nullifies them to a certain degree. So it's probably a good move.
Yeah, I agree totally. If you can split your forces and keep your opponent looking in 2 different directions, the more power to you. And Confederates getting back to the middle of the field here. And in the middle we have 18th Georgia standing tall, standing strong. They're kind of the rock of this line in Hood's division, the way I see it right now. Colonel Benelli's got the glasses out.
Aim at their head or chest.
But at this point, you're just aiming at smoke.
Nice. They're in the open, stood in the line. Like, that's beautiful. Always love seeing that.
Yeah, man. 1st Tennessee, the Palm Sharpshooters, Jefferson Davis's cavalry. They're all over here on the left-hand side, taking on pretty much half of the Union Army. So we do have Union presence in the stones and bushes as well. The center position. We got some rocks in here, so they got a little bit of cover.
Yeah, they're making a good job of it, the Tennessee and the Palm boys.
Yeah, putting a lot of heat on those Yankees. Hell, rocks are better cover than stone or wood fences, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, these fences, they might look like good cover, but they're only moderately better than standing out in the open, to be honest with you.
And it looks like we got a Union push across the field. This is some of those Illinois guys. Illinois, you know what I'm saying? And they're coming straight across. And the Confederates responding. They've got more guys pushing up into the rocks. 18th, Georgia, yep. I'll be able to spot
That's really
these guys.
interesting. The Illinois boys are actually facing their back to the infantry rather than facing their back to the cannons.
Coach, that isn't a good...
That's crazy. They are facing the cannons. That's hilarious. It really shows you the power that those artillery pieces have brought to this game since they've been introduced. It really has changed everything, and it's for the better.
Really, yeah. I'm just looking forward to the cab to be introduced. Like when you can get horse artillery and move those guns around really quickly. That's going to be really interesting if they bring that out.
Well, dude, if they would just open up the whole map so you could just play the whole thing and have different victory points throughout, like they do in Hell Let Loose, that's the way to do this game.
Yeah.
Like all the battlefields that you have now, it's just the same battlefield. It's fine. We don't have to have multiple battlefields. Just give us the big battlefield, and let's start in the middle and sumo, you know.
Yeah, a good mode would be to just do certain areas of the battlefield and then have like a push-pull sort of thing. You know, have a few points of contention, you push the spawns back and things like that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, so let's say you start at something like midday, which would be like Bloody Lane. You just get right into it, just Bloody Lane. And then whoever wins...
Hyper Farm and Roulette Lane battlefields as well, and just play the whole thing.
Yeah,
that'd be really nice.
Yeah, and play it backwards. Like, so if the Confederates start winning, you start playing it backwards, and you play it back toward the beginning of the morning. And if the Confederates start losing, the Yankees start winning, you start playing it later in the day, in the afternoon. You go toward Burnside's Bridge and AP Hill's counterattack and all that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because they're made in order. It would work.
I tell you, these rebel guns under the 1st NC, they're under a lot of heat right now, both from the infantry and from the counter battery fire of the Union. I see a lot of dead rebel artillerymen, and that's a lot of tickets right there.
That's true, but Sergeant Major James, he's still here pumping that gun for all it's worth. And the rest of these boys, they're trying to stay alive. There's First Lieutenant Engel. He's the guy that invited me here. Thank you to the 1st North Carolina Battery and to everybody here tonight. I really appreciate it. Just honored to be here to watch you boys fight in your event tonight. Lieutenant Leroy on the 2nd gun. Yeah, a lot of cannon fire going on. But, you know, this is the one thing, Rich. You see how they're breaking up in all these little small splinter cells almost. There's also something you don't see in the UEC because you guys stay grouped up a lot more, like, by the rules.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it makes it more difficult for the artillery guys if they're only shooting at units of 5 to 10 rather than, you know, units of 20 to 30. Like.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you what, these guys in the rocks, they're paying a heavy price. A lot of dead bodies out here. 1st Cav 23rd, New York, really getting shot to pieces out here in these rocks and trees. A lot of Confederates aiming that way.
Looks like the 18th Georgia have got both of the flags at the Rocks of Death. You know those rocks, right?
Oh, yeah, man. Prime target of all Union batteries.
This is the rocks that if you go to and you've got the 51st on the other team, they're going to like make you fucking pay for it.
Oh,
Sorry
yeah,
to swear it.
No, you can swear all you want. Yeah, they're going to paint these rocks red is what's going to happen.
I'm pretty sure whenever we come up against the 51st, they just range these rocks, so I'm waiting for you.
Yeah, for sure. This is like their practice ground. They're good here, I'll tell you. And I tell you something else. I think this would be, you know, we were talking about artillery duels. This might be a proper battlefield for that. I mean, the artillery, wide open. You can see both parties from each side. I think that would be a good way to start the battle.
Yeah, this is why I like this map, because you know, the artillery is both even. You know, okay, the Rebs are a bit further up the hill, but the Union can still see most of the battlefield. I think this is a very even map, like very even map.
Yeah, I've always given it to the Confederates because of the spawn point being so close, but it doesn't seem to dissuade the Yankees that I've seen play this map. They all do a pretty good job.
I think this map is easy for the Rebs if they don't lose the hill near the point of contention. But if they lose that, it's very, very tough to take it back. If the Union gets on the hill and takes the hill near the point of contention, the Rebs are in full view of the Union. Like, there's nothing to surprise the Union. Yeah. That's why we always make it a priority to defend these hills as the Rebels or take them as the Union on this map.
So I'm going to try to butcher this guy's name. 65th Illinois Battery M, First Lieutenant Golzinski. I think that's Golzinski. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. He's got his glasses out. He's looking for Confederates. But all he's going to see on that left side is Union. And it looks like the boys from the north, the aggression must turn on late, Rich. What do you say? Last time in the battle, they kind of did the same thing, kind of starting out slow. Looks like there's some movement in the middle now to the right. First Minnesota, 23rd on the charge.
Pushing on the hill.
They're pushing on the rocks on the right, and now they're engaged.
Here comes the 18th, though. They've reacted. This is what the 18th are good at. They react.
Yes, they do. And 18th North Carolina, or 18th Georgia coming in to the middle, putting some firepower down on the charging Yankees, and there's not a lot of Rebs in these rocks. This is going to be an easy task.
Yeah, they got out there. They got out there. That's a very good move from the guys at the rocks. They bugged out.
They sure did. The whole unit. Look at this. All these Rebs running back as far as they can. Heads up play, and these Union are going to be under the gunfire of the 18th the whole time they're out here, and they look confused.
Yeah, they've cleared the rocks, but they haven't got many kills for doing it, and now they don't know what to do. Should we go left? Should we go right?
Yep, they've lost their momentum
here for a bit. Yeah.
There is a firing squad out here in the front, though. They know exactly what they want. Major Staples, 1st Cav, staying out front, but the rest of the boys have stalled at the rocks. Don't look like they have much of a plan.
I'd really like to see a Union unit come up and hit the 18th in the flank, the hill now, but it doesn't look like they've got any reinforcements anywhere near.
No, this is about it. This is about the Union Army. And the Confederates really played this well. You're right, Rich. Just backing right off.
Yeah. The Union's giving up the rocks now, but I guarantee that the unit that was holding from the Rebs on the rocks will probably just come straight up and reoccupy them again.
You see artillery blasts there hitting Union as they scramble. This looks like mad chaos. They're just Union guys running everywhere.
If I was them now, I'd get all of the guys and push the hill now. The hill is pretty much vacant except for the 18th, so...
Well, it looks like a scattered bunch here. There's 2 flags. They're running in different directions. We got guys going all over the map. The Union Army is just kind of disintegrated. But hopefully they will get it back together here, bringing more of the 23rd back this way toward the middle. But 18th Georgia, they're going to put a lot of fire down on anybody who tries to approach that middle.
Yeah, the 18th is in a good position here. You know, okay, they haven't got much cover. They've got a bit of bushes and stuff, but they're in numbers. They don't need cover if they've got numbers.
Right there.
They just wait for the Union to expose themselves and just respond to it.
And that's
exactly
exactly what they've done again. 2nd Lieutenant Ajax in command. He's moved these guys around, wheeled them right into the front of these Union, and there are not a lot of Union here. Less by the second. Guys just dropping 2 Confederate rifles.
I tell you, the 18th here, they could do a right flank, right face, double quick forward march, use the hill to protect them, come right up on the Union flank and blast them if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think they're just content.
That's what I'd do anyway.
Yeah, I think right now, with knowing that they have superior numbers this way, I think they're just content without shooting them. And that's what they're doing right now.
They don't need to do it, yeah.
Flagman down.
The 23rd and Minnesota guys have been pretty much wiped here, yeah.
Yeah, and the center is dropped for the Union. The guys have scurried around to the right-hand side. They're in the stones.
They don't know the flag bearer's down. They've left a flag as well.
Boys, get behind the rock.
Looks like one guy is going back to get it. This is a brave man here, like Fritch himself. Sergeant Atomic. Coming for the flag. Let's see if he can survive. Oh, he pulled out the musket first. Hey, I'm a rifleman first. Oh!
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Oh, well, it was.
He wanted to get kills instead of getting the flag.
Oh, well, it was worth a shot.
Press F to pay respects in chat.
Rip. See, that's where Fritch was more successful. Oh, another flagman going down in the dirt.
Fucking Christ. Pick it up. Let's go.
Oh, God, another guy. These Confederates are ruthless on this flag. Major Staples finally grabbing the damn thing himself and getting out of there. Oh, my God.
They need a major to grab the flag, right?
Oh, so the Union completely destroyed here. Man, I'm telling you, 18th Georgia right here is not fucking around, my friend. They are really on it.
The rebels did the right thing. They knew they're outnumbered. They traded space for time. Now they've straight come back and reoccupied the stones.
Oh, this is why. Hey, this is why, Rich. It's not just the 18th Georgia. That's the 5th Texas and the 18th Georgia, shoulder to shoulder, fighting like one squad, as you should in Hood's division. And they've been putting just big holes in the Union all day so far.
Make sure you got your loads. Crouch it down.
And one of the rebel Union flags is lost in the field, so that's a big disadvantage for the Union right now.
Absolutely, and for those of you that are new to the game, oh, hey, man, welcome to the channel. Man, I wish I was better at reading names. I really do. I'm terrible at it. I'm just going to say to you, so yeah. Yeah, this is EHD versus TNA, for sure. Thanks for coming to the channel. Well, I heard a huzzah, maybe a rebel yell. Both armies engaged. 27 minutes left in the match. And right now, I'd say the Confederacy has the advantage. What do you say, Rich?
Yeah, I'd say they're in a good position. Like, the 18th is anchor in the center of the field, doing a really good job of it. You know, these Texans out on the rocks are kind of preventing the Union from pushing up too much, but the rebels are pretty strung out, right? Like, you know, if the Union got all together and made a big push for the hill, they could take down the 18th just through weight of numbers, and then force the rebels to come in piecemeal in detail. And, you know, if they've got the numbers there, they can just gun them down as they come in, you know. So I'd say that the Rebs are in a good position, but, you know, they're not like, they're not immune to a good push from the Union side here, I think.
Yeah, but with the 18th Georgia and the 5th Texas together in that center, it would have to be the whole damn Union army to push them off there, because that's the majority of the rebels.
They'd have to push the hill, hope that one of the units doesn't react and they can outnumber them, and then gun the other unit down as they come up. I think that's what they need to try.
One of the Union companies here, 1st Battalion L from New York, moved a gun all the way up here on the road to the fence. So they're going to try to shoot through this wooden fence directly into the rebels. But Texas and Georgia using the hills to their advantage. And those cannons don't have a great shot.
Yeah, I'd say the big disadvantage for the Union is that their guns are kind of like very low down behind the hill. You know, the rebel units on the right side, like the 18th and I think the Texans and the Palm sharpshooters, they can't be hit by the Union guns. So that's a big advantage for the Rebs.
Hardy asks if we've ever seen anybody fight with a color guard to protect the flag bearers. That's an interesting idea.
Yeah, we tried it in the 8th Florida a little bit, but I think you need units of like 30 to 40 to make it worthwhile.
Yeah, you need the guns.
When we've only got 15 to 20 in the line, it's you don't want to take too many guys off the front line, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, as a captain playing this game, if we get in melee, then I pretty much just give up. Like, you know, you always get like 3 or 4 guys come in to stab you straight away, so it'd be nice to have like a captain's guard. But even with a captain's guard, like that you're a prime target, so you just get stabbed down pretty quickly.
You should just run around in a circle and make them chase you.
The problem is you want to use the pistol. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you only get 6 tries, right?
Yeah.
Well, the Union not really ready or able to make a push in the middle. Looks like the left side they're coming in this way, though.
Yeah.
I see Union smoke for sure.
Got it.
Illinois boys. A lot of dead Illinois here in the field, too, man.
Yeah, it seems like this big group of 23rd and 1st Cav is just trying to get together and work out a bit of a plan here.
They're going to need it. But like you said before, if they can get past it, the real problem right now is if they push to the center, they're going to have to ignore the guns of, Jefferson Davis Cavalry and First Tennessee.
Yeah.
These guys on the Confederate left.
I think one of the advantages in attacking in this game is that, yeah, basically what I'm going to say is you want to get to a position where you're in a better position than the opposition, right? Like, if that means running to the hill in the center of the field, then you just got to do it. Like, the thing is, if you're running, it's very difficult to hit a moving target, so you're actually pretty safe if you're moving quickly. You just got to get to the position where you can win the engagements. Like, if you're just playing 50-50, like, shooting from fence lines, then at best you can get a few more casualties on the other team than on yourself,
Well, I think they've put their plan together. It was a large left hook, and they've come around from the left. They've swung around 51st New York style, and they have arrived to the middle with a lot of men. Now they're not cohesive. They're a mass, and they've got to get into a mass. I'm sorry, they're all stretched out, and the Confederates are here in mass. So this is going to be to the detriment of the Union as they come in, getting shot one by one. If they would have come in more as a solid mass, I think they'd have had a better shot here.
I think they might have the numbers to take the 18th. It's just whether they've got enough numbers to defend against the other rebel units that will come in to counter this move.
And we do have Illinois coming in, but we also have guys coming in from the backside. These are also 18th Georgia. But yeah, looks like pretty even at this point, but we've got more Union than Confederate. Maybe? No? I think the Confederates have held out.
Yeah. Even if the Union wins this, the 18th have done a really good job. They've definitely killed a lot more than they've lost.
Yeah, the 18th and the 5th Texas there in the center. Really sacrificing. Now the Illinois have come in. They're shooting at our flag bearer here. Old Tex troop, he's shot dead. That's a murder.
Oh, yeah, there's some good melee guys over here on the Reb side, I tell you.
Private Payne trying to get away without another flag.
Captain Zach has stepped about 5 or 6 guys already. He's going down now, though. Yeah.
So we got the 18th Georgia flag bearer, Private Payne, running around confused by himself. I don't know if he knows how to get back to the Confederate spawn. Now he's dead. So both Confederate flags laying on the field. And a reverse of what we had before, so the Union definitely getting an advantage here, but they are taking losses with 20 minutes to go in the match.
Yeah. I think the Union had the right idea with their attack, but I think they should have attacked the hill rather than attacking these rocks over here. If they attack the hill, they can get on top, use the crest of the hill as like a bit of cover, and just rely on the musketry rather than the bayonet.
Well, and here's where the Confederate spawn point really takes precedent in this battle, and you can see the Confederates just streaming back to this point, and now the Union completely wiped, and they don't have enough time because their spawn point is so far away. They have cleared the Confederates from the front part of the field, and they do have some men already back. First Cav back on the field first, as should be, and they're here. Don't they have breech loaders as well?
Yeah, one of their units has pistols and breech loaders. It's a Cav unit. Yeah.
Well, here come the Confederates.
Unit, yeah.
Confederates not going to wait. They're going to put some heat on these guys right away.
Yeah, I think the rebels are just going to go straight back to what they did before.
Yeah, it's been successful. Why not, right?
Yeah. Now, what I'm hoping is the Cav unit can hold their position. They're in a good dip here. They've got some good cover, actually. If they can hold the Rebs in place for a bit of time, then hopefully the Union reinforcements can really push up right to the hill.
Well, it looks like they're drawing a crowd. More men flooding into this line here. And it looks like they want to put some heat down on the Confederates with the musket.
Yeah, the Union's in a better position than the Rebs here. The Union has the crest of the hill to cover them, whereas the Rebels don't. So I should imagine the Rebels will fall back soon.
Well, they're all stretched out in a really long line. Lieutenant Ajax back here with the 5th Texas H, monitoring the situation. But it really comes down to...
not taking too many casualties either, actually.
Massive artillery blast crashing into the Union line. So they've been pinned by the Confederate artillery. Are they going to stay here now? I don't know if this cover's as good as we thought. So let's see if that was a fluke or if those boys from Carolina can hit them again.
Do we have another unit coming up from the Union side? I guess not, actually.
No, I think this is the whole unit. Got some Illinois guys on the left.
The whole of the Union against the whole of the Rebels right now, right?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, but we do have some Illinois guys on that left side again. But for the most part, they're just gunning it out here. And I think the Confederates, well, it's hard to say who's winning this engagement.
I'd really like to see the Illinois guys push up now and start shooting into the backs of the Rebs.
Well, but they do have guys, in contention of that space. They're not just there by themselves. More artillery coming in. That one going high. Yeah, I see what you're saying, Rich. If they would... Oh, it looks like we got some shadows moving over there. Oh, yeah, they're coming this way. They're over the fence, and there's the rebel yell. Oh, a major artillery blast.
Wow.
Taking out what Union are there. Private Barron still alive somehow, covered in the blood and guts of his fellow Union soldiers. Decides to turn the gun on the artillery for what they've done here. Oh, and more rounds going off. And so, yeah, the Illinois came across, but they did it just to shoot at artillery. No threat to the Union line at this point. You can see they're all spread out here.
I should imagine that the Rebel soldiers can't see much with the smoke. The Union soldiers probably can't see much with the smoke. When there's a lot of smoke in the air, that's a perfect time to kneel, get all your boys loaded, and do a big push on them. Yeah.
Yeah, we got some guys from the Palm sharpshooters that have moved up close with some of the 1st Cav on this Union line, and they're really wreaking havoc on the Union here. Dropping a lot of bluebellies.
They're doing a good job here. They're just a little bit static. But they're in a good position, so they don't need to move too much, I guess.
Flag bearer going down. Musket balls just coming in everywhere. Colonel Hayes picks up the flag himself. Show these boys how it's done. And I'm behind the Union line just here. Bullets whizzing by, hitting the dirt.
Yeah, the Union's got a good position in the dip here. They've got good cover. They've got better cover than the Rebs right now. I guess what they're probably trying to do is get the Rebels down to breaking and then try to push the point.
Yep. Makes a lot of sense from the Union perspective.
It does, yeah.
But unfortunately, they're in breaking now, which means final push isn't far behind.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And as the attacker, you really should be ahead on tickets and you have more of them, but not in this case.
It looks like we've got a few Union pushing up to clear the bushes on the extreme left of the Rebel side. Yep, they've done it. They've done it.
Well, we still
So
have...
they've cleared their flank, so now they could actually outflank the large rebel line now if they really wanted to.
Yeah, you're talking about the guys in the bushes, but it looks like they're running back to the main line here. So that was an assault put on by the first cav. Lucky Buck in it as well. And we've got some Union up on the top of the hill.
I'd really like to see the Union split here and start getting some flanks on this rebel line.
Well, we've got Illinois here up near the point of contention, and it's just a matter of time before they decide to peek over the top of it, get that thing ticking back their way. But the Confederates close enough with a lot of men. Oh, and they're moving back toward the point. Oh, they were!
Oh, the flank bearer!
Massive blast! Oh my God! Direct hit on the flag bearer. Usually we get to send home at least teeth. Maybe not in this case. So a major blast by the Union artillery. It's demoralizing.
They'll be scraping up that flag bearer to send him home, but the Union just got blasted as well on the hill, actually. Yeah.
Same thing. Saw that one from a distance, and you want to talk about minds blown. There's only one guy left standing here. Well, 2 guys. 3 guys. Yeah, this position is lost. And that's the real struggle with this map from the Union perspective. Those guns can see you from so far away.
Yeah, yeah.
And they can see down in a lot of those ditches that you can hide from infantry in, because they're up on that hill.
The only protection you have is behind the big hill in the center. Yeah.
So I can feel it shifting toward the Union. I wonder if that's real. I don't know why. I feel like the momentum.
I said, you know, the Rebs were in a worse position. The Union have got a bit of cover, even though it looks like they're in the open. They've got a bit of crests to hide behind. So.
Well, we'll see if they can press the advantage. They've got some good numbers over there.
What I'd love to see is this large unit on the right just hold fire, get everyone to get their loads, and then push on the flank of the rebels. Just get close to them and just deliver a volley. Like, you know, the rebels are firing independently, so if a big Union unit moves on them, there's very, very little they can do to stop that except falling back, you know?
Well, they better do it quick because they got more and more Confederate reinforcements pouring into this line.
Yeah.
And it's
you see,
just
the rebels don't need to engage at this point. Like, the Union is in a good position, yeah, but they're not taking the point. So if I was the rebels here, I'd just get behind the hill, get somewhere very safe, you know. But then I suppose you're turning your backs to the Union artillery as well. So
yeah, you got to keep moving. That's the one thing that you guys do in the Florida very well is keep moving on these kind of maps. Because if you stand still, you are going to get destroyed by artillery.
In one shot, yeah, usually, yeah.
Well, we saw it already here today. The Union the Illinois just melted away. Well, you hear what that is. That is a huzzah. That means the Confederates are breaking. The Union have done exactly what they set out to do. Now let's see if they can get in there and get it to the point of contention.
Yeah.
Can they finish off the deal here? Guys moving that direction. And it looks like they got the message all at once. They've decided to move, and there they go. That is your first cab among them. Minnesota going that way as well. Just the whole Union Army.
Now the rebels need to do something, yeah.
Yeah, the Confederates have got to get in there and get nasty. If they don't, they're going to be in a world of hurt. Got the whole Union Army flooding into the middle. That red line's going to have to start ticking away, but look at it. It's actually going toward the Confederates. Hilarious. So the Union...
Yeah, the rebel line is right on the point here, right on the point. So the Union does still need to push a little bit.
And just receiving a massive blast from artillery, the Confederate artillery hitting the Union right in the center. You can see there's a large hole where there used to be men. This is going to sway the Union, lose that momentum. They've got to keep pushing. They can't stop now. So less than 10 minutes to go. Both sides breaking. Oh, a massive artillery blast again. This time hitting the left side of the Union line. What's left of the Minnesota running over to the center. And you heard it. That's final push. The Union in final push. They've got to do it now. 3 minutes left in the match.
At this point, they can't trade. The Union can't trade. And there's more artillery coming in, yeah. The Union can't trade. If they get killed, they're losing tickets now, or losing men now. So, you know, they need to stack up, get their loads, and push together.
Well, we'll see if they can pull it off. The Confederates don't have to hold out much longer. Less than 3 minutes to go, and the Union's still not looking like they want to push too hard. The Confederates have taken quite a beating as well. There's a lot of dead Confederates here.
There's not many of them. There's not many of them. And they just got blasted by the RT again as well.
Canister fire is what they've chosen, and it looks like it's working on that right side of the Confederate line. All of those butternut and gray bodies are dead. 2:30 in the match. And you can feel the tension here in the Confederate lines. When will the Union make their attack? And they're moving. I see Union going toward the rocks here. But again, not a whole cohesive line. Oh, another artillery blast coming in close.
Very close, yeah.
Artillery really turning up the heat late in the match.
Union's capping the point now. If the rebels don't notice that they're on the rocks to the right, then they're going to lose this game.
Yeah, Illinois got in there sneaky with 2 minutes left. Both Confederate flags now making their way back to the battlefield, but there's not a lot of time left in this match.
Where are all the rebel reinforcements? That's what I want to know.
Oh, another massive blast into the rocks. The Illinois are brave, but there are fewer of them now.
Make sure you get.
They're just capping a little bit slowly, the Union. They need to really stack all their guys on the point now and make the Rebs come and fight for the victory.
Yeah, because it's not a secret. Hood's division is shooting in this direction. We talked about...
Oh, we've got the Q-tip boys coming in now, so maybe they can help cap the point right now.
All right, here they come. Slowly trickling in.
Here come the Rebs. I feel like this is too little too late. I feel like this is too little too late, but we'll see.
Well, here they come. Hood's division now pouring in to the Union, but they're spread out. They're actually going right into the Union guns here. Can they survive? Big push by the Confederates.
The Union's got it on the right, but not on the left. So let's see if the guys on the right push the point now, and then you can win. But they all seem to be chasing after the flag bearer instead.
Flag bearers running away, getting killed. There's only one private parts.
Who cares about the point when you can take a rebel flag, right?
Last stand by the Confederacy. Final push by the Union. 27 seconds left. Flag bearer running back into the action. This is not the place you want to be. The Union have taken the point of contention away, and that flag bearer is dead as well. Private parts.
Here comes the artillery corps. Can the artillery corps do it from the Union, from the rebel side?
13 seconds left. Can they wipe them out with a couple artillery blasts?
The Q-tip brigade. See if they can do it.
Confederates streaming into this spot. 2 seconds.
5 bashes with their ramrod. So we'll see what they can do.
It says overtime. We're in overtime.
I'm going to call it for the Union here. I think they've got it.
I think they might, but there's a lot of Confederates streaming in, man. Can they make it here in time? Running down the hill for all it's worth.
I tell you, these Q-tip boys have delayed it just enough, I think, maybe. We'll see what the Rebs can do.
I'm surprised artillery hasn't been able to get a shot in here. Maybe they've abandoned artillery. It's like pulling the goalie.
Yeah, they came in with the ramrods, right?
Yeah, so it's like pulling the goalie at the end of the game, but the Union surprising with another. It seems like another come from behind victory here.
Well, the Union's going to have to fight for it, but it looks like they've got plenty of guys, and they've got some more reinforcements coming in. So, yeah, I call this for the TNA right now.
That blue line is getting real close. Hood's division's got to come in, but I see a lot of backs to Confederates right now. They don't seem cohesive. They're confused, but I think it's over. That is your game.
Wow, close on casualties, too.
Really close. A great game. I mean, anytime you can go into overtime, you got a final push. You got a last stand. I mean, what more could you ask for? Exploding bodies from artillery. Just a great time. And we had new units on the field that we don't get to see all the time, so welcome to all of them. Plus, we had Richard Hogg to do commentary. I mean, how does that get any better?
Thanks for having me, Joe. It was fun joining you. Always fun joining you, so thanks for inviting me, mate.
Yeah, man. All right, guys. Well, if you like that, consider subscribing. Hit that like button. Until next time, my name is Jehovah, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.